The woman at my door. The woman at my door was a stranger. I did not know her face, but she knew my name. She said, "Hello, Eric." Her voice was soft and shaky. I just stared at her. She said, "It is me. I am your mother." My heart stopped beating for a second. My mother left me 25 years ago. She never sent a letter. She never made a phone call. Now she was here. Why now? Should I listen to her lies? Or should I close the door and lock my past away forever? My name is Eric. I live a quiet life. I work in a small shop in a small town. But my childhood was not quiet. It was loud with sadness. When I was 5 years old, my mother packed a small bag. She kissed my head while I was sleeping. Then she walked out of our lives. She did not say goodbye to my father. She just vanished. My father was a strong man, but this broke him. He never spoke about her. He worked 2 jobs to give me a good life. He was my hero. He died 3 years ago, still waiting for her. For 25 years, questions filled my mind. Why did she leave? Did she ever love me? Did she ever think about me? These questions were like dark clouds over my life. I never saw the sun. Now this woman stood at my door. She claimed to be my mother. She had gray hair and eyes full of pain. She was a ghost from a life I tried to forget. This woman destroyed my father. She stole my childhood. Now she was back. What did she want from me now? I wanted to scream at her. I wanted to tell her about all the lonely nights. I wanted to tell her how my father cried when he thought I was asleep. But my voice was trapped in my throat. She saw the hate in my eyes. She said, "I know you hate me, Eric. I deserve it. Please, just give me 5 minutes. I need to explain." I looked at her. She was not the beautiful woman from my old photos. This woman was old and broken. Life had not been kind to her. A small part of me felt pity. I hated that feeling. I did not say a word. I just stepped back and opened the door wider. She walked slowly into my house, the house she left a long time ago. I felt like I was letting a monster in. She walked into my small living room. She looked at the photos on the wall. She saw a picture of me and my father on his last birthday. He looked so tired, but he was smiling for me. She touched the picture frame gently. She said, "He was a good man. He loved you so much." I said, "I know. He stayed. You did not." My voice was sharp like a knife. Tears fell from her eyes. She sat on the sofa. I stayed standing. I did not want to be comfortable. I did not want her to feel welcome. She was an enemy in my home. She began her story. "I was young and foolish, Eric. We were so poor. I was sick, and we had no money for a doctor." Her words sounded like cheap excuses. I did not believe her. She said, "I found a job in another city. It paid very good money. I thought I could go there, work for 1 year, and come back with enough money to fix our lives." I just listened. My face was like a stone mask. She continued, "But it was all a lie. When I got to the city, the people were criminals. They took my money. They took my passport. I could not leave. I was their prisoner. Eric, a prisoner? I thought. Her story was too dramatic. It sounded like something from a television show, not real life. She was lying to get my sympathy. I asked her, "Why didn't you go to the police?" She looked down at her hands. They were thin and old. She said, "I was so scared. They told me they knew where you lived. They said if I ever tried to escape or call for help, they would come and hurt you and your father. So, I stayed silent. I stayed away to protect you." Protect me? She abandoned me to protect me. This was the most painful lie. My anger burned like fire. How could she say that? I said, "My father is dead. He died of a broken heart. He looked at that door every single day, hoping you would come home. You never did." She started to cry. It was not a quiet cry, it was a loud, painful sound that filled the room. She said, I know. I am so sorry, Eric. I am sorry for all the pain I caused." Her apology was 25 years too late. Sorry could not fix the past. Then she reached into her old bag. She pulled out a small, worn box. She opened it. Inside was a faded picture of a little boy. It was me. She had kept my picture all this time. Behind the picture, there were letters. They were old, and the paper was yellow. She had written me a letter for every single birthday. She never mailed them. She was too scared. She gave me one. My hands were shaking as I opened it. It said, "Happy 6th birthday, my sweet Eric. Mommy loves you. I think about you every minute of every day. Be a good boy for your daddy." Tears streamed down my face. I read another, and then another. They were filled with love, pain, and regret. All this time, I thought she was living a happy life without me. I thought she never loved me. But I was wrong. I sat down next to her on the sofa. I did not speak. The anger inside me was gone. The hate was gone. All that was left was a deep, deep sadness. The storm inside my heart was finally over. I had not forgiven her. The wounds were too deep. But for the first time, I wanted to understand. I looked at my mother and said, "Start from the beginning. Tell me everything." She looked at me with hopeful eyes. She nodded, and she began to tell me the story of her long, painful life. It was the end of my anger, and it was the beginning of something new.